Thanks for tuning in to today's Exploring Biblical Words, Greek edition, brought to you by the 2 Timothy 2:2 objective. Today, we will examine a specific word from the New Testament. It comes from the first letter Peter wrote to Christ followers who had been scattered over the world. We will be looking at the Greek word poikilos. The meaning of this word conveys the idea of all different kinds or multifaceted. It has been translated as divers or manifold, all kinds or various kinds. In 1 Peter 1:6, Peter uses this word when he says, "In this you greatly rejoice, even though now for a little while, if necessary, you have been distressed by various trials." When poikilos is connected with trials, as it is in this verse, it means all different kinds of trials. The recipients of Peter's letter were facing multifaceted, many different kinds of trials. They had been dispersed throughout the known world due to the persecution they endured for following Jesus. And like a jewel, where each side sparkles, it seemed like they endured trials at every turn. It was multifaceted. So the first lesson we learn from this word is that in the Christian life, there will be times of trial. Throughout the New Testament, this fact is affirmed over and over again. We could all testify about the various kinds of trials we have encountered throughout our life. While we are never promised a life free from multifaceted trials, if we have given our life to Jesus, we are promised His presence as we walk through them. As we dig a little deeper, we find that the Greek translation of the Old Testament, which is called the Septuagint, also employs the word poikilos in several places. Two of those places are found in Ezekiel 16:10 and 16:13. In these verses, this word is translated embroidered. This use brings out the sense of multicolored found in this word. All of these thoughts are brought together in 1 Peter 4:10. Peter once again uses poikilos, but this time he uses it not in connection to trials, but to God's grace. As each one has received a special gift, employ it in serving one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. It is not trivial or coincidental that the same word Peter uses to describe the trials Christians counter is the same word he utilizes to describe the grace God gives to Christians. Isn't it good news that every trial the Christian encounters, God's grace matches it? God's multicolored grace that matches our multicolored trial could be pictured as an embroidered piece of art. From the backside, it looks like a confusing, distressing mess. However, from the embroider's point of view, the colors combine to weave an amazing, beautiful masterpiece. Or you could think of it as looking at a painter's palette full of blended colors. We see it from a human perspective. We observe the mess that is there, limiting our vision of the work of God in our life. We see reds, greens, browns, yellow, and blues blended together and making what we perceive as a jumbled mess. However, in reality, God is painting a beautiful work in our life, and each of those colors are purposeful and essential for His work to be complete. So if today you feel like you have a green trial or a blue trial, remember that God's multicolored grace will match it to create in you a beautiful work of art. Thank you for watching Exploring Biblical Words from the 2 Timothy 2:2 objective. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave your comments below. I would love to hear from you. You can also stay connected with us by following our Facebook page. You can email any comments, questions, or suggestions to roland@2t22.org. Thanks again for watching, and I pray you've been encouraged and built up in your faith in Jesus Christ. If so, please pass this on to others who will also benefit. That is, after all, the 2 Timothy 2:2 objective.